Konnichiwa, minnasan, Neschel and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today's video, we're gonna be talking about the pregnancy here in Japan. It's a little bit scary and overwhelming to have pregnancy or give birth here in Japan, especially if you don't know their language or you're a non-Japanese speaker. But with this guide, I hope I can help you. They have their own Boshiken Kotecho, or the Maternal Child Health Handbook, and it goes like this. So in this book, you can see all the important information about your pregnancy and until you're gonna have your own child. And you can use this until they're 7 years old. And it's very useful because with just this book, the doctor can see all your information instantly. And you can also get a subsidy from the local government after registering. And usually it takes around 6 to 13 weeks before you register to the local municipality office because they have to make sure that there's a heartbeat first before registering it. And it goes like this. You have to bring this together with the maternal handbook every time you visit the hospital or the clinic. With this one, you have to fill up your name, address, birthday, and your due date. And you have to give, or the one of the receptionists or the nurse will tier 1 from this, and it's gonna be a discount. I think this one costs around 100,000 yen. I'm not really sure, but yeah, you can use this from visiting the hospital until you give birth, and it's very helpful for the parents because yeah, you're gonna have a discount every time you visit the hospital or the clinic. In my experience, I think it was around 13 weeks when the doctor gave me a document that I have to go to the city hall to register my pregnancy. And then after that, it took around an hour because I have to do some seminars in the municipality. And they talk about all the information and the process of pregnancy here in Japan. And they gave me the maternal handbook and the subsidy or the coupon that I can use every time I visit the hospital. And it was around 13 weeks. And it took a lot of time because I was waiting for the coupon for a long time. And I didn't know that it would take that long. In the municipal hall after the seminar, they also gave me a lot of brochure, pamphlets, and freebies. And they also explained to me about the 100,000 yen that I can get from the local municipality. After registering to the municipal hall, they gave me a paper about how can I get the 50,000 yen. I can get something from the government. So I just registered it through my phone and I need to put my bank account and details. And after I think 2 to 3 weeks, I received the 50,000 yen. And they told me that I'll receive another 50,000 yen after giving birth. So after giving birth, I have to register it again to the municipal hall so I can receive another 50,000 yen. So in total is 100,000 yen. So together with the coupons and other pamphlets and freebies, I also got like this one from the local government. And this one is to let other people know that you're pregnant. So they'll be aware that you're pregnant. So it is like this. And regarding this coupon or subsidy from the local government, you have to take care of this because it says here, this booklet will not be reissued, so please keep it in a safe place. And also here in Japan, they don't usually say in the pregnancy in months. Like example, in the Philippines, we say, I'm on my 2nd month, 3rd month, 4th month, and so on. Here in Japan, they use weeks rather than months. So every time they ask you, you have to say, I'm 11 weeks, 12 weeks, 13 weeks, and so on. And next is choosing a clinic where do you want to give birth. Because usually here in Japan, the famous or popular hospital or clinics get a lot of reservations quickly. So you really have to search and reserve for it as soon as possible. Clinics here in Japan or the hospitals usually offer free natural birth plans rather than with the epidurals, unlike in our country and other Western countries. check and research if the hospital or the clinic that you wanted to give birth is offering an epidural or the painless birth. And with high-risk pregnancies, you have to be monitored in a high-scale hospitals and not in the clinic. Next step is for you to tell to your friends and co-workers that you're pregnant. Here in Japan, I think most of the Japanese women inform their friends and their families at around 12 weeks just to ensure that the pregnancy is safe and stabilized and it has a lower risk. But if you're struggling with morning sickness, like what I've experienced at around 5 or 6 weeks, I informed my boss, but not the other coworkers yet, because I had a really severe morning sickness and I had to inform my bosses. I told my coworkers very late, so it was around 5th or 6th month. So I really struggled during my morning sickness. Like I have to go to work and just ignore my morning sickness. And it was really tough. From 12 weeks to 23 weeks, your visit to the clinic will be reduced to once every month. The municipalities and local offices offer free classes for the new parents, for both mom and dad. Like example is how to handle the newborn babies, how to take care of them, and how to bath them. It's very convenient for the first-time parents. And it's also a good place to be acquainted with other parents to be, and you'll have or make new friends. From your 3rd trimester, you have to visit the hospital or the clinic once every 2 weeks, and from 37 weeks is once every week. Unlike in the Western countries and also in my country that you can be discharged after giving birth for about 1 to 2 days, but here in Japan, they keep the baby and the mother for around 5 days for natural birth. And for the C-section mom and the newborn, you'll be discharged around 6 to 10 days. While you're admitted to the hospital, the staff or the nurses will help you or teach you how to breastfeed and to bath the baby. So you also have classes while you're in the hospital. So the hospital that I chose gave me this guide of the things that I have to bring during my labor or when it's time to give birth. They asked me to prepare for 2 bags. The first bag is the things that I have to use as quick as possible, and the second one is during my stay in the hospital. So it's listed here, but it's all written in Japanese. And I don't have to bring any clothes for the baby because they prepared all the clothes and the belongings or the things that the baby needs during the whole stay. And I only have to bring 1 discharge cloth for the baby. So it's all written here, all the rules and regulations about the visitations and what I need to prepare. And in my hospital, I have to remove my makeup, nail polishes, so like that. So next time, I'll be sharing with you what's inside my hospital bag, so you have knowledge about what are the necessities during giving birth here. Once you're discharged, the doctor will give you a document like a birth certificate of the baby, and you have to register it to the local municipality office after giving birth within 2 weeks. You have to be aware of that. If both parents are foreigners or non-Japanese, you have to register it at the local municipality and also in the immigration. While if one of the parent is Japanese, like in my situation, I just have to register the birth of my baby in the local municipality office. Now let's talk about the childbirth costs here in Japan. So like other countries, it's very expensive to give birth here in Japan. But let me show you and share why Japan is different from other countries. The government offers 500,000 yen now. Unlike before, I think it was around 400 to 450,000 yen. But now it is 500,000 yen. And with all other subsidies, like I've told you, the 100,000 yens after registering it, 50,000 yen, and after giving birth is 50,000 yen. And the coupon, if I'm not mistaken, is 100,000 yen. So you get a lot of help from the government when you're pregnant. All in all, I think you'll receive 700,000 yen in total with the coupons. However, you cannot get the 500,000 help from the government if you're not a member of the National Health Insurance here in Japan. Next is, let's talk about the child care leave here in Japan. So for working parents, for maternity leave, it begins 42 days before the birth and 56 days after birth. And you will get 2/3 of your monthly salary. After the maternity leave, you can also access the child care leave, and it will be until 1 year of the birth of your child. Both of the mom and dad can have those privileges. But make sure again that you're qualified for it as a member of the National Health Insurance. You can also stay it longer or extend it until 18 months after you give birth if you cannot find any daycare centers or there are no slots. Or you can also make it longer until 2 years old if you still haven't found any daycare centers. For those workers who are gonna have their leave for until 1 year, for 180 days, you can get 67% of your monthly salary, and the rest of your child care leave will be 50% of your monthly salary. As there is a low number of babies being born here in Japan, the government really strive hard to help the parents to decide and to choose to give birth here in Japan. In my experience, I really feel the support from the government, not only because of the financial support, but also the classes and the seminars that they offer to the first-time parents. Also not for first-time parents, but all the parents, the soon-to-be parents. Yeah, so it's a little bit scary to give birth here, especially you don't know what's going on, and if you're a non-speaker again. But with all the hospitals that I've been to and the clinics, the staff try their best to communicate to the foreigners or the non-native speaker very well and kindly. I didn't go to detail about the hospital costs because I'm not giving birth yet, but once I give birth, I will explain to you and show you how much will it cover all in all with the private rooms. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have the natural birth or the C-section, but hopefully I'm going to have the natural birth. Please pray for me because I'm already 35 weeks. I hope this video helped you a lot, especially for the foreigners or non-Japanese speakers here in Japan. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Just a brief story. So last week, it wasn't supposed to be my maternity leave yet, but I had to be hospitalized and to stop working. And it was just 2 days before my supposedly maternity leave. And yesterday, I went to school to pass some documents and to say goodbye to my students and co-workers because I'm gonna be having my long-term maternity leave and childcare leave. And I was very happy because it was overwhelming for me to receive letters and gifts from the students, parents, and my co-workers. So let me show you what I've got from the 5-year-old students or the cubs. They gave me a letter with their pictures on it. And it's all written in Japanese. It's so cute. And at the last part, you can see them from their 1-year-old because I was stitching them from they were 1-year-old. Yeah, so they're really cute. You can see me dancing and singing along the music. Yeah, it's so, wow, it's really nice. And not only letter, I also got from that class is this present. Let's open it. think it's a beeb, an angel beeb. It's so nice. Look at the back of it. It has wings at the back. It's so pretty. So nice. And the advisor or the homeroom teacher of that class too gave me a letter. And again, of course, it's written in Japanese again. So sweet. Students and the teachers are so sweet. I'll read this later. Next, I got this from my coworkers. So cute. It has a bear towel. I think this one is, I'm not sure what is this. Is it a bracelet? No, I think it's a toy, wooden toy. And my favorite, chocolates. And coffee. But I'm not drinking coffee. This is so nice. I'm so happy to receive them. And I was also surprised because my boss gave me a diaper cake and she made it by herself. Let me show you. It's so big. Like this. Oh, let's arrange it. The balloon fell off. It's like this. So pretty. I do appreciate my boss for doing this. She was telling me that she had fun while doing this diaper cake. It's gonna be very useful for us because diaper is one of the necessity of the baby. And it also has, I think, spoon and fork. Oh yeah, training spoon and fork. What's this? Silicone spoon here, color blue. And pile and gauze. It's like a towel. And at the back of the diaper cake, it has a toy strap clip. Oh, so I can use this so the toy will not fall down. This one. So nice. I really love this. Thank you to my boss. I also made one diaper cake during our baby shower. And it took a lot of time doing it. It's so pretty. Thank you. And when I went back yesterday to give some documents and to say goodbye to my coworkers and students, other levels too gave me some letters. Like this. Neschel Sensei. These are 3-year-old kids. Yeah, and they really try their best to write. Even though I know some of the kids don't know how to write. And the last level is from the 4-year-old kids. Yesterday, they made a small presentation showing appreciation to me, teaching them in English. And I almost cried. It's like this. The baby boy. And again, messages written in Japanese. On these letters, they're asking me what's the name of the baby. And to have a safe delivery. So sweet, kids. Continue reading again later. Thank you for these messages. Also from my students. They are siblings, so yeah, their two names are written here. Oh, so nice. One of the kid tried his best to write in English. Here. English is very fun. Yeah, thank you. There's a message from two siblings, my two students, and their mom too, in Japanese. It's so sweet. I already miss them. I miss teaching. And with this letter, it has another present. Let's open it. It's a towel. Nice. Thank you. I was working for that company for around 5 years, and it's my first time to leave them for a long time. So I was really teary-eyed yesterday. I almost cried saying goodbye to them. But I make sure that I'm gonna go back there because I really love teaching and I do love the kids. So if you have any questions again, see you again next time, and I'll make sure to answer all of your questions. Goodbye. Arigatou gozaimasu.